Just want to thank everybody for taking the time to come out today for the 2017 roster announcements of the OHL Gold Cup. Today joining me up at the front, Tony Martindale, Alliance ED and the Steering Committee Co-Chair, Joe Birch, Senior Director of Hockey Development and Special Events from the Ontario Hockey League, Ryan Suzuki from Team Alliance. He was the first overall pick in the OHL priority selection on the weekend. He's going to the Barrie Colts. Phil Tomasino from THL Blue, the 5th overall pick, selected by the Niagara Ice Dogs. And Kian Washkarak from the Alliance, who's the 30th overall, going to the Mississauga Steelheads. My name's Lee Boyajian. I'm with the Ontario Hockey Federation and also part of the steering committee for the OHL Gold Cup. So these three players that are joining us up here are ultimately competing for the chance to represent Canada at the World Under-17 Hockey Challenge. Now, to understand what that truly means to the players, we took a chance to talk to a few of them at the a few participants from the 2016 OHL Gold Cup while they were in Sault Ste. Marie at the Under-17s this year. We have a short video just to recap what their experience was like from what they took from the Gold Cup to apply to that tournament. So boys, you might want to take a peek here at the screen.
We had Gold Cup.
Oh, there we go. Restart it. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
That was tryouts for Team Canada. You worked the hardest. You know that you have a chance to put the Team Canada jersey on.
Gold Cup was kind of my first time I played with guys I played against and played with new coaches and assistants, all that, with the best talent around.
Going to Gold Cup is obviously a great experience. It's part of Hockey Canada too, right? So that's kind of what you prepare for, is to try to make that summer camp in August from Gold Cup.
Everything's just a big process between the Gold Cup and now.
Down low, trying to force it into the slot. Pucky's loose. Overs!
Gold Cup is a short term. You got to be good for the rest of the goal and just stay off there. So I think that helps a lot. You got to hit the ground right.
It's all the same, both different systems, but you got to be able to take what the coach gives you, accept your role.
We're here a bit longer than we were at Gold Cup before the start of the actual tournament. But yeah, we're living on our own. We're living with all the guys. We see each other every day, skate twice a day with the guys. So it's a very similar atmosphere.
The goaltending program at Excellence Camp, I bought it. I started thinking maybe I can get something like this, so I just kept pushing it and wanted to prove them all along.
You feel so much better because you're representing your country, but it's a tough battle. There's all the U.S., Finland, Russia, all those great teams out there. You got to battle against them every time.
You have to work your tail off. You can't take a shift off because you get exposed. Yeah, at this level, everything's so fast, moving really quick, so you have to be on the ball.
I've been fortunate enough to be able to be a part of different experiences and different opportunities. So, it's definitely been good ride so far.
So that was just a few players from the 2016 OHL Gold Cup that participated on behalf of Ontario at the World Under-17 Hockey Challenge. In fact, 28 Ontario players were selected this year, which is the highest group of Ontario athletes since the three-team Canada system was introduced 3 years ago. So as the OHL Gold Cup, we're so pleased to help produce some of the top talent that we're seeing across the country at international events. With that, I'd like to bring Tony Martindale to the stage, to the podium, wherever. You're up to me.
Thanks, Lee. On behalf of the OHL Gold Cup Organizing Committee, welcome. Congratulations to Ryan, Phil, and Kian. Thanks for joining us here today. A whirlwind week for you guys. First drafted this past weekend and now being named to your respective teams for the OHL Gold Cup. Ryan, congratulations on being selected number 1 overall and following in the footsteps of other Alliance Hockey number 1 overall picks, Aaron Ekblad and Travis Konechny. In 2013, Hockey Canada revamped their program of excellence and went to a showcase competition-style event. In May of 2013, we ran the first OHL Gold Cup right here in Kitchener, and it has been home ever since. Volunteers from the City of Kitchener work hard, and hand in hand with those from Alliance Hockey and the Ontario Hockey Federation in providing the participant with a program of excellence experience. Looking back at the first event in 2013, notable names like Travis Konechny, Dylan Strome, Lawson Krause, and Mitch Marner all took part and were key players for their respective teams. Needless to say, we are now starting to develop a pretty significant OHL Gold Cup alumni that have gone on to play for Hockey Canada at the World Juniors and start their pro careers in the NHL. Fun for those locally and from London will be to see how Ryan compares to his brother Nick, who played for Team Alliance in 2015. Ironic that Nick is now looking to make his mark on the NHL entry draft in June of this year. The planning of the Under-16 Gold Cup event is a collaboration of the office staffs of the Ontario Hockey Federation and Alliance Hockey. We feed, house, transport all the participants, including referees. The OHL Gold Cup not only plays host to the top up-and-coming players for the Hockey Canada Program of Excellence, but it too plays host to the best young officials being scouted to advance their officiating careers in Hockey Canada and OHL programming. To provide a program of excellence experience, you need great volunteers and funding. Major sponsorship and funding partners are the Ontario Hockey League, the Hockey Development Centre of Ontario. Other significant partners in staging this event are the Kitchener Minor Hockey Association, the City of Kitchener, Gatorade, Bauer, Buster Chrysler, and Challenger Trucking. The Ontario Hockey Federation and Alliance Hockey is very fortunate and proud to host the OHL Gold Cup. We get the best seat in the house to watch the best 2001 born players in the province of Ontario showcase their skill on May 4th to 7th, right here at the Activa Sports Complex. Ryan, Kian, Phil, and the 157 other players named to rosters today, enjoy the journey as you start the next stage of your hockey careers. Good luck, and we'll see you on May 3rd.
Thanks, Tony. Touched on a couple of key points there. I'm really interested to see how Ryan handles. Is there pressure? Is there pressure? Joe Birch from the Ontario Hockey League.
Thanks, Lee. And thanks to Tony and Jill and the entire OHL Gold Cup steering committee for having me here today. It's really an honor and a privilege to be here to represent the 20 OHL member teams, the league office, and be able to acknowledge the awesome work that the players and the coaches have done. So thank you for having me. Congratulations to the players. You guys worked so hard, all three of you, and as Tony mentioned, the other 157 that were named today, to get where you have today. Without the work and the support of your great parents, congratulations to you guys as well too, because without them, you guys might not be here, and their support and efforts through your entire minor hockey career is so very important, and it's an important piece within our game. Congratulations, I think, goes to all the coaches and minor hockey associations and organizations across this great province. We are very fortunate and blessed to have depth in those areas, and that just leads to greater player development and greater opportunity. I think that this event is really, and this announcement is actually a celebration and a recognition of all those 3 or 4 key people's and participants' efforts, and that's one great reason that we're here today. The Ontario Hockey League has been proud to be a 5-year partner since the inception in 2013 with the Ontario Hockey Federation, Hockey Canada, and Alliance Hockey. This event is a first-class, world-class event that showcases the Ontario Hockey League, the OHF, the Alliance, and Hockey Canada. The players and the players and the coaches are certainly at the forefront from the exposure and evaluation and highlighting, but I think it also highlights the organization and the professional representation that each of those three partners and leagues brings to hockey here in Ontario. To the players and to the fans, this is best on best. This will be some of the very best hockey that will be played within our province for 4 great days. The players will have the opportunity to play with and against those players that maybe they competed with or against throughout the duration of their hockey season. This is exposure and their final evaluation to Hockey Canada, and that opportunity to earn a spot with Team Canada as one of their 3 national teams in November for the World Under-17 Challenge. For the players, we are truly looking forward to it as an Ontario Hockey League. All of our general managers, our owners, our head scouts, coaches, everybody will be here to evaluate you, so no more pressure, but the players are used to it. Congratulations once again to all 160 announced today, and best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. And with that, I'm pleased to start the introductions of the rosters. I promise I won't go through all 160 players, but a few highlights. We wanted to make sure that we point out that 19 of the 21 first-round OHL picks are going to be on the ice at the OHL Cup this year, which is an incredibly high number and just speaks to, as Joe was saying, the best on best that we will see. 129 of the 160 players announced today were selected in the OHL priority selection. From Team Alliance, the whole team was picked in the priority selection, so I'm sure Tony's pretty excited about that. We're going to give the stage now the opportunity to Ryan, who played with the London Junior Knights. Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're going to bring to Team Alliance?
Well, I like to think of myself as a two-way playmaking center. I like to help out my own zone and also add in the offensive zone.
Thank you very much. And if you wouldn't mind passing the mic down to Kian, who will also be playing for Team Alliance. You spent the year with Waterloo Wolves, and I understand you had a great playoff run, 14 points in 15 games. That's something to smile about for sure. So Kian, what are you bringing to Team Alliance?
I think I can bring my work ethic and compete level, just bringing the boys up when times get tough, and just playing my overall game.
Excellent. For Team GTHL Blue, they're highlighted by 5 first-round picks. Phil played with the Mississauga Rebels. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your game?
Yeah, I think I'm a two-way center also who's pretty good in the defensive zone and can make plays in the offensive zone and, just try to feed his teammates and shoot the puck whenever I can and make plays whenever I can. So that's basically it.
Sounds like you like all 200 feet of the ice.
Yeah, I try to try to play whole 200 feet, so.
Excellent. On Team GTHL Red, we're expecting to see a tall defensive core with 6'6" Evan Brand and 6'4" Xavier Henry. None of their defensemen are under 5'10", so it sounds like you guys are going to have your work cut out for you getting through that. On forward, Jamison Reese from the Mississauga Reps was the 9th overall pick for GTHL Red. He likes to compete in all areas of the ice. Kind of sounds like the 3 guys we've got sitting up here right now. Team HEO, they're likely to feature one of the best goaltending tandems in the tournament. Luke Calvin from Kemptville was the top goaltender selected at 28th overall, and Zach Papagrakis was from the Cumberland Grads. They had a .920 and a .906 save percentage this season, respectively. On Team H&O, 8 Thunder Bay Kings were named to the roster. That's the most from a single team in the OHL Gold Cup, and they're using their experience that they got from the OHL Cup already. So they'll be looking for Owen Belisi and Kean Gary to be among the top offensive leaders for H&O. On Team NOHA, they were also at the OHL Cup and will look to continue building off of that performance. Cam Baber from the Sioux Greyhounds was a 3rd overall selection a 3rd round selection, 57th overall. He's a great two-way player, relentless on the back check. And Peyton Visco from the North Bay Trappers in the 4th round can play in all situations and has an ability to slow the game down and make very good decisions. Our final 2 teams come from the OMHA. OMHA Black has 4 first-round selections, all of them on offense. So I guess that could be interesting when it comes up to the big defensive team. Blake Murray from the Whitby Wildcats. They were loaded with talent this year, but Blake really stood out as one of the leaders amongst them and has great OHL potential for next season. And Hayden Fowler was the 19th overall pick this past weekend. He's an edgy player who likes to make things difficult for his opponents. And our final team is OMHA White. They're another team that has a complete roster that was selected in the priority selection. Mitchell Brewer from the Halton Hurricanes went 15th overall. He's an excellent skater, which makes him hard to keep up to, so I've heard. Connor McMichael from the Ajax Pickering Raiders went 11th overall and had an incredible second half to the season, 32 goals, 46 points in just 24 games. So those are just some of the players that you'll have a chance to see at the 2017 OHL Gold Cup. Best on best, as Joe liked to say. I like that. It's a great expression. And with that, I will open it up if there are any questions from the floor, or we can move straight into one-on-one interviews, if that is the preference. And it looks like that's the preference. So happy to announce also that tickets go on sale today, so you can buy your full event pass or day passes. That's available on our website. And a thank you again go out to our major sponsors, the OHL, the HDCO, Bauer, Gatorade, and the City of Kitchener. And we want to point out that the website and stats are provided by Point Streak, and live streaming will be provided during the game by Hockey TV. So with that, I'll call this to a close. Thank everyone so much for coming, and for those that tuned in on our live stream, very much appreciate everybody's attention today, and we are looking forward to May 3rd. Thank you.